Hey, everybody. Tonight we're going to talk about the comic book series and the movie 30 Days of Night. Comic book, got right here, was published by IDW Publishing back in 2002, written by Steve Niles and Ben Templesmith, both whom I follow on Twitter. Dan Wickline and Matt Fraction also are comic book writers, also credited for co-creators of the series. I followed them as well on Twitter. You should follow all these guys. They're fun to read. Story in a real town called Barrow, Alaska. There's a certain time that this actually happens. A certain time of year where night lasts for like over 2 months, and this really happens. Now, in the story, in the movie, in the comic book, the whole story is that these long nights, this pack of vampires descends on this town and starts, destroying the town, starts eating everybody. And they just take their sweet time because night lasts 2 months. 2 months without daylight, it's like heaven to vampires. It was adapted to film by Sam Raimi and Robert Tappert, who are two amazing people who have Ghost House Pictures. You might know these names from the Evil Dead series, which was a Renaissance film movie. I don't know the connection of the two, but I know there's one there, especially with Sam Raimi. Still, an amazing movie. You need to go watch this movie, Evil Dead. If you haven't seen it, go now. Stop watching this. Hit pause. Go watch this movie. Come back. I'll wait. I'll sit here and wait. Go ahead. I'm waiting. Anyways, movie director David Slade directed a flick back in 2005 called Hard Candy. Not a vampire movie, but equally good. Ellen Page was in it. It kicked off her career. You got to see this movie. It is exceptional. Let's see. He's been tagged to direct another movie. It's a vampire movie. You might have heard of it. Eclipse from the Twilight Saga. Yes, those are finger quotes. Saga. Twilight sucks. There are so many comic books sequels to this. I can't keep track of them all. If you go on Wikipedia, there's the complete list. You should definitely check them out. It's a great story. Great stories. There's actually 2 short films produced by Ghost House Pictures. Sam Raimi, in the 30 Days of Night universe. One was called Blood Trails, which is a prequel that takes place in New Orleans. Hello, Anne Rice. And then Dust to Dust, which is a sequel that takes place about a month after the events of from the movie. Both series were released by FearNet.com, which, without a doubt, is one of the most badass sites on the entire internet. Seriously. Badass. Check it out if you like horror, which you must because you're following me. The comic book, they're more like paintings instead of drawings. They're very beautiful, but yet very gory, as you can see. Not your usual comic book. It was a little hard for me to get into the story because of the artwork was so different. But it's very beautiful, so check it out. It's really good stuff. Look, the whole idea of this story, it scares the absolute shit out of me because it gives us a brutal, honest look about what it would be like if vampires were ever given free reign to walk among us. I mean, another recent flick called Daybreakers. It was just recently released. It was a similar story. I'll tackle it maybe later, but both stories has vampires control over humans, and the end result is the same. It's slavery and torture, and we can't allow that to happen. We must not allow that to happen. I mean, I don't even know what's keeping real vampires in hiding. I mean, my guess is that it's the exact same thing that Anne Rice wrote about in The Vampire Lestat, that the notion of vampires being fiction gives them the ability to just walk freely among us without any suspicion whatsoever. I mean, I bet you somewhere in this world that there is a council of elders just watching us and, doing what they want, picking us off one by one. Who knows? They could be even watching us and could send a sleeper cell towards me. You never know, So, yeah. So, anyways, go watch the movie, read the comic book. It's really cool. So, that's all I got for now. Until next time.